Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm making this video to tell you guys what it's like to have this specialized Rockhopper Comp 27.5 medium size for 2 years of ownership now. But I figured since my last video that I made about my Rockhopper when I bought it 2 years ago is one of the biggest videos on my channel, I thought I would do a follow-up and kind of show you guys what I like about it, what I don't like about it, what I've changed, and even the places that I've ridden it to see if this kind of thing is right for you. Because let's be honest, if you're watching this video, it means that you're probably interested in buying a bike very similar to this, if not the exact same one. In fact, I'd even go as far as betting that you probably typed in specialized Rockhopper on YouTube, didn't you? I do all my research before I buy bikes, so if you're just like me, props to you. And excuse all the noise in the background, I am sitting in my backyard today. I figured this would be a little bit more scenic than sitting in my room behind a camera or doing it in my garage, which would not be very appealing. But it's a nice day out here, so let's enjoy it, right? So this bike has held up very well for just being a $1,000 mountain bike. It's a hardtail, it's specialized, it's a great brand, it has a great reputation, and I've really enjoyed riding this so far. I haven't put as much time on it as I would like to, but in the times that I have gone to ride it in multiple different places, it has been amazing. Obviously not quite as good as if you were to go for like their upper line of stuff or even a dual suspension, but it's been great, especially for the price. I highly recommend it. So this being my first hardtail mountain bike that I've owned, it has taken a little bit of getting used to compared to the other bikes that I've ridden. The suspension can be a little bit weird at times, and I did have to chop my seat post a little bit because I felt like it was way too high, especially for being a medium, which I figured it should fit a little bit smaller people than me, but I definitely had to cut that a little bit because I like it lower personally. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but long term it is a very comfortable ride. So one of the other things that I did to this to make it a little bit more comfortable to me, I did change the grips on it. These are aftermarket. Actually, what are these? Ergon GA2s lock-on grips. So I think these grips cost about $30, but they are much better than the standard ones that come on the Rockhopper Comp. Not that the original ones were terrible, but these ones are just much better. The original ones felt like they were gonna not last very long, so that's the first real upgrade that I made to this, in addition to obviously chopping the seat post a little bit. Another thing that I noticed is the brakes on this, both front and back, mainly the back, they started squealing really fast. And I don't know if that's a normal thing. I am somewhat new to mountain biking, especially with bikes like this. I mean, they work. They absolutely work. They just started squealing much faster than I would have liked them to. And like I said in the beginning, the suspension is a little bit weird on this. So you can lock it to where it's, well, locked and stiff, or you can keep it open. And there's not a ton of travel in the suspension. It does work really well. It does absolutely soften things, but not having that rear suspension does make a difference because it is a front suspension bike. It is a hardtail. So it's something that you have to compromise versus getting a full suspension bike. But for the things that I've done with it, I haven't done any major drops. I've just done a little bit of trail riding, a little bit of like techie kind of obstacles, I guess you could say. But I can see in the future, if I were to buy another bike, I would definitely get a dual suspension, or if I decide that I really want to keep this bike, which I do genuinely enjoy it, I do really like this bike, that might be something that I think about upgrading eventually. I don't know, maybe some Fox forks, Fox suspension, something a little bit up, you know? So the biggest problem that I've had with this bike overall is the gearing is not the best. So there has been multiple times the gears have slipped. The way that you press the gear shift levers, if you press it in a little bit, it goes up 1 gear. If you press it harder, it goes up 2. And while it is a nice feature, it's definitely the part of the bike that functions incorrectly the most often. Sometimes it won't register that you're switching gears, it won't go up or down, and when it does finally catch, it'll make an awful sound. And relating to that, so I have already, in the time that I've been riding this, bent my derailleur. I was very shocked at how easy it was to bend. I was able to bend it back myself after that, and I bent it back with 2 fingers. It is not a very sturdy derailleur setup back there. But that is absolutely another thing that I would love to upgrade in the future, because yeah, the one that I have is not cutting it for the style of riding that I do. Going up and down, definitely switching gears pretty often. And I don't really know enough about mountain bikes to know if that's something that I can fix myself, but I have bought chain lube and everything just to make the whole drivetrain a little bit easier. And so the other thing that I want to say is I have already had this bike serviced at the 1-year mark, because that's when my warranty on it was up at the bike shop that I bought it from. And huge shout out to the shop that I did buy it from, George's Cycles in Boise. It is a great shop. It's where I bought my bike. Everyone there is cool. They've done really good maintenance on my bike so far. And I will continue going there for pretty much everything that I need. Everything that I have wrong with this bike, I want them to be the ones to fix it. They're a really good group of people there. But at the service, they did basically everything they could do that was under the warranty. You know, cleaned it up, greased everything, double checked, pumped the tires, blah, blah, blah. I have already had the tires changed, or sorry, not the tires, but the tubes changed. Now, the last thing that I want to say is, like I mentioned already, if you do buy a bike like this exact bike, or something in a similar line, whether that's from Trek, Specialized, or really any other company with $1,000 hardtails like this, the things that I do recommend upgrading on this specific one or this tier of bike, the gears are weird. The grips, I definitely recommend upgrading. The derailleur is something you should definitely look at upgrading, or getting even that 1 level higher a bike, because I believe it goes to a little bit better one if you go up 1 level. From the Rockhopper Comp to the Rockhopper Pro, I think it's called, or Elite maybe. Or even their line, I believe it's called the Stunt Jumper, which is one above the Rockhopper. But overall, this bike has been absolutely great. I thoroughly enjoy riding it. I will ride it a lot more. I'm going to put a lot more hours into it. And I do really like this brand, Specialized. I like it so much that I even got a sticker or a decal from the back windshield of my car. First sticker on the new Adventure Mobile. This is going to be a little bit shorter video probably, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed my other videos of me actually riding this bike in the past. I've posted I think 4 or 5 now, and I am a beginner, so they're not going to be like super crazy. I'm not doing wild stuff on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being fans of, well, me and the stuff that I've done on my channel. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Go out there and ride, and have a good one.